Okay, welcome back. Now, in this lecture and the two that follow, we're going to look at handling the three critical services one by one. If you took care of everything in the previous lecture, you have the option of skipping these three, though you will learn some valuable skills for the future by going through them. So let's talk about domain names. Now, a domain name is what users will use to find your website. They'll type in, say, example.com in their browser's address field, and glossing over a lot of details, the internet will know which hard drive to go to in order to retrieve your site's pages and pass them along to the user's browser. And when you type into your browser's address field facebook.com or google.com, let's say, you know what site your browser is about to display. You know generally that it's not going to take you to some other site that also happens to be named google.com, because there's only one site associated with each of those domain names. That's because various domain name registrars, overseen by a governing body called ICANN, keep track of all the web domain names in the world. And they won't register a new domain name if it's already registered to somebody else. This prevents confusion when people are trying to find your site. All they have to do is type in your domain name because there aren't any other sites that have that name. So you have to register a unique name for your site, the name that users will type in to go to your site alone. Now, usually companies charge you an annual fee for this, possibly with discounts if you sign up for multiple years or if you also get web hosting service from them. There are many registers out there, many deals that you can find, but I'm going to show you how to do it at a small orange. And again, I'll include an affiliate link with a promo code to save you a bit of money. But here's how I could do it at a small orange. And again, remember that you can do this with any web service you like. Just look for the site's domain name registration service. So here I am at smallorange.com/domains. And nice and simple here, I can see most registrations, $15 they're telling me. I know that there's some other deals I can get, but I can just go ahead and type in, let's see if Vinyl Vultures is available. So I'm going to look for vinylvultures.com. I could try these other extensions if I wanted to, but .com is what I'll look for. So we do a search, goes off and finds, and it tells me that vinylvultures.com is actually not available. That's interesting. But it offers up a bunch of different options instead. So I could do vinyl-vultures.com, or I could do vinylvultures.org or .net, vinylvultures.us, .info. So just for demonstration purposes, let's say I want to do this vinyl-vultures.com one. I have a choice here of how many years to register it for. I'll just leave it at 1 for now, and I'll say that I want to order it. Now this ID protection thing, you can decide whether you want to use this or not. What happens is that when you register a website, the information that you put in for your contact information goes out through all that network of registrars, and it's public information. Anybody can see it. So, and I'm showing you here in a terminal in Mac, where you could look at all that information, who this is registered to. Now see, for this particular site, lexiconic.com, which is one that I have, I chose to have that privacy protection. So instead of my own name and my own phone number and my own address going up here, I instead have the contact information for my registrar. So if you don't do this, if your own name goes up there, you may find that you get some spam, you may get a few phone calls, people trying to sell you services online. It's just a little bit of a nuisance. It's not actually a big problem, but a little bit of a nuisance. So you can make your own decision whether it's worth it to you then to pay a few bucks extra to have your name hidden from this public information database and instead have your registrars included. I'll go ahead and click yes. Now this name servers thing here, in most cases, you're going to want to leave this alone. You would use this if I was going to register a domain here at smallorange.com, but then I was going to host it with some other company as my web host. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave everything here at a small orange, so I'll just leave those defaults as they are. So we've got the name that we're going to use. I've chosen the ID protection. We'll leave the name servers alone, and I'll say update cart. Okay, and there we see a summary of our order, that it's 1 year for vinyl-vultures.com. It'll cost us $22 for the first year. That's with the ID protection. And we scroll down, we see there's a place here to put in a promo code. I'll provide some of those for you so you can put that in right there and validate it, and that should give you a bit of a discount. And then when you're ready, you just, as you might guess, click the Checkout Now. And there you go. So if you haven't created an account with them already, if you have, you could click up here to sign in. But if you haven't created an account, you just do that here. I'm not going to run through all of this, you know how to pay for something online, but this is where you'd put in all your information to get that order set. And then you'll have it. At that point, you've registered your domain, it's yours alone, and we'll be able to start putting it to good use. So, as I say, the rest of this you can do if you've ever ordered anything online. It will be very familiar. And when you're done, we'll move on. See you in the next lecture.